Landon Regali, Chief Little Flower, coming at you from the grace of my beloved benefactor's sanctuary and estate. So, at the time of this recording, it is January 12th, 2024. It is Thursday, January 11th, 2024. Whoopsies. So, how's everybody going on in there? How's it going, everybody? There's a lot of stuff going on out in the world right now. Especially to those of my fellow prison mates of this current white glove holocaust, this touchless, fenceless, cageless concentration camp we have going on. How are you guys holding up? There's a lot of us being targeted. There's a lot of individuals vying for their own lives, scrimping and scraping by because of the opposition. All of this sardonic scoundrels. Thank you, Australia 5D. I got that from you. That are getting by with all of this game being run. All of this InfraGard and Citizen Corps is directed by FEMA. All of this targeting that is happening right now in the context, in the presence of our very United States at this very moment. At this very moment. There's a shit ton of you guys out there that are actually running the goddamn flying flunky monkeys right now. There is a lot of Auschwitz shenanigans going on right now. And dear Congress, dear President of the United States, Vice President, and everybody in between, from judicial, the Department of Justice, all the way to the NSA, Homeland Security, FBI, CIA, DEA, whoever you are. Hi, welcome. How you doing? How's it going for you too? Referring to your headspace, how many of you have been given psychological aptitude tests? How many of you have been given charge to be accountable for lifespan growth and development within anthropology and sociology, let alone psychology? Are you all up to par? How's your continuing education classes going on in there? Are you up to par, or are you pushing the 8 ball and just getting by without even investing your time into your own personal growth and development within the context of you continuing your education, which isn't only on paper, but it involves the personality, character, integrity aptitude test? How about I give you a pop quiz right now? And the answer is a matter between life and death. Uh-oh. Didn't know you're going to get a pop quiz, did you? Well, you really didn't need me to be the proctor of that. But here I am, and here you are. So let's get on it. It's a very good question. Whenever is it an acceptable time to compromise your ethics in exchange for anything? Well, I'm going to give you A, sometimes, B, anytime, C, all the time, and D, never, ever, ever, never. If you didn't answer D, oh my God, you have such remediation coming up on you as of yesterday. Because this little exam that we had just now, this completes your continuing in education, continuing your own psychological, sociological, anthropological, life growth span, the development class right here and now. And you didn't need me to initiate that. But I thank you for the privilege of being able to draw it into your mind and into the very essence of your own conclusions. Because really, I'm just a messenger here. Oh yeah, and I'm being heavily targeted. I have been heavily manhunted. I have been heavily experimented on, as evidenced by my teeth. Radiation poisoning, bitches. But how many of you would even know to implement its own differential diagnosis into every healthcare system that is in existence right now? Because that matters. Because these are not my only bones this is playing into. However, I might be one of the only ones that are equipped with extrinsic knowledge of how this outward manifestation has come to express itself. There is an etiology there, darlings. And the ones that are covering up the etiology are the same ones that found the custom demographic populace to, hoe out their ethics for a little something. I'm talking to you. When people say, oh my God, there's just so much murder, mayhem, and everything. The world's so fucked up. You're part of that. You are enabling that. You are contributing to it actively. But looking the other way, this Auschwitz shit doesn't exist. Oh my God, people who think that gang stalking, they're a little unhinged, aren't they? You all have been so dirty and wanton with covering up so many trails of deceit. Does it matter? It was there when you got initiated into your position of authority. Your position to call forth your special skill set for complete strangers. Never mind the fair market value your skill set brings to the populace. You have an ethical accountability to no one else other than your motherfucking self. To yourself. But between yourself and all of the counterpoints that you have ever encountered in your line of work, how many of them have you upheld the ethical code of morality? Because that day of reckoning has come and gone. We've now been initiated into your own system of deliverance, in whichever case that might be. In other words, your reaping harvest of season has already started. It's already been ongoing there in the 5D. It's just a matter of time before it trickles down and gets burgeoned, blossom, bloomed, and gestation, creation complete for the automatic, hello, homecoming, I'm here, bitches, season. So, how do you think that's going to look for each of us out there? My dearest colleagues of the Zetzersung being slow roasted. What's up, bitches? I would be like, fist bump. We are some of the most, we're badass. We're athletes over here, because we're surviving this. And none of us ever deserved it. The fact is that this little satanic sacrifice, slice and dice circuit has now come to a complete close. And now we're in the season of retribution, including all of you illegal surveillance that have been, overseeing your targeting of the individual. Well, guess what? You are the prime contestant for the deliverance into the manifestation of your underhanded, dirty, scoundrel, sardonic creation. You never had to participate, but you probably were there jacking off the entire time, weren't you? And laughing. I wonder what kind of trophy position that was to actually get paid by the government to sit there and spy on people, lurk on people, leer at people, make them your fucking little betting horses. Just for your own motherfucking amusement. That can't be good. Well, guess what? Well, as in poetic justice, let me tell you about my ex-husband and his colleague. So, my ex-husband had this colleague, and one day we went over there for whatever reason to pay him a visit, drop by, and this was before me and the ex, Tim Regali, had actually had her wedding and everything. And then so we'd be chilling out with this guy named James. His last name starts with the letter B, and I'll just keep it there for now. And so whenever we gone by, we sat down. He lived in a really nice apartment complex. You know, there was a man-made lake that was, you know, a huge pond that was like glorious, okay? And seated around this very beautiful backdrop was the apartment complex. So, and this particular portion, it was a circle, and the units lined around the back of it. So it was the back door with the patio. So I could totally see going outside to your patio and grilling. It was beautiful. And of course, all of these patios, you know, were lined with glass doors, ceiling to floor glass doors. So whenever we sit down, I look on the coffee table and I see a pair of binoculars. I love binoculars. I mean, as a kid, who doesn't love binoculars? And if you say you don't, you're lying, at least to yourself. And then so, you know, we all are learning more about ourselves every day. And, I never recognized a lot of my own gifts because we kind of take them for, granted, and we kind of, you know, downplay it ourselves, you know? So, but, I always have I'm a people person. I love people, and, I have a way of being able to speak into somebody, and that's a beautiful gift. But then I also have a way of extracting information from somebody that I never saw as a gift. So let me explain. So whenever we sit down, I, you know, didn't want to scare him off from, you know, shutting down and being closed off to my questioning, because number one, it's just fucking funny, right? Like I said, who doesn't like binoculars? I'm a voyeur myself, but I'm not going to stare into somebody's houses like on the regular forever all the time. If I had a set of binoculars, I'd be scanning initially, but, you know, I wouldn't be doing it to be invasive to the particular person and try, you know, and actually know something about somebody, or even doing it on the regular. That's not me. But when I'm driving in the car, and it's around like 6 o'clock in the evening, it's at that in-between hour that's neither day, that's neither night. I love that day, that part of the day, or night, whatever you want to look at it. You can see into the people's houses if they leave their blinds open. And the same with businesses. I mean, I wasn't particular to people's houses. They were interesting, sure. I'll look. It's fun. So, you know, but my line in the sand is I never really had to stop and and weigh it into any ethical output. But I would say this. I certainly wouldn't go behind anybody's like blinds and leave cameras and shit into somebody's home. Fuck no. I'm not stupid. I like my eyes. I like being able to use them. And how could you not fear for your own eyes if you're putting them where they shouldn't belong? 'Cause it matters. And then so at any rate, whenever I ask him questions, because I never met this guy really. And, I was looking to break the ice, it could be kind of funny at the same time. And so I asked him, so like, hey, when's the best time to actually use these? And this dude spilled the tea and everything. And in my mind, I'm like, I can't believe he answered all of this. Oh my God. Hey, I test the temperature of the waters around me. I'm very proficient at that. Can we see here? Are we seeing things here? Okay. And then so, if this man was a girl, he would have just taken off his panties and just threw it at me right there with all of the tea he gave up. T standing, not for teabag in this particular equation, but T for truth. That's the new thing. I'm learning it too. So he spilled the tea all over the floor. And bless his soul, it was one of the most memorable conversations. And then Mr. James B., when you do hear this, if you do, I want to say, thank you for playing a role in my story, because it really sucks what you had to have gone through. But I hope you learned from it. And in the event that you did, please know that your story here is helping others. So what you went through will help others and is going to help others. So with great respect to you, thank you for inadvertently, as it is, playing a role in my story. Of actual events. And, please, no, I mean, no disrespect, okay? It is funny though, okay? It's not like a hidden camera was planted in there and I'm telling you a story because of a hidden camera. That's negligence and onslaught of demonic and demoralizing activity right there. You could shoot your eye out. So, Mr. James B., thank you. This was a conversation that I had with him, my ex-husband, and me, okay? So, what he tells me is that, early in the morning, like around 5, 6, because most people don't leave most people are just getting ready for work and don't stop to think about their blinds. And then the same for whenever they get after. Man, he had a whole deconstruction of the best way to potentialize these set of binoculars here. God bless his soul. Oh, but so I'm all like, wow. That fascinated me. That really fascinated me. And then fast forward some years later, I don't know what the time span would have been, but I would probably think it was probably between 7 and 10 years after I'd met the man that Tim tells me, James, he gets in a motor vehicle collision. For reals, right. And then he loses one eye. He loses one eye. I'm guessing he was very, how can you say, very well protected to end up with an eye. Honestly, I don't think that my meeting with this Mr. James B. is really happenstance at all. But it's amazing how the Most High can use anything for the higher good of a purpose. So, I mean, those are all his choices. Yeah, sure. But we get the benefit of knowing that this is very much a literal account of what happened. I didn't make this up. But I'll put it right up there next to Brandon Lee and, son of Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee, had starred in the movie The Crow, and incidentally died the same death that his father did. It was a gun used in the movie plot, but they weren't blanks. They were actual bullets. Personally, I think each of them was satanically sacrificed. And honestly, I'd look into their case to see who had gotten life insurance payouts and see if they actually were good buddies or whatever, because I'm willing to bet that your secret skank societies had everything to do with that. Was it Eastern Star Masonic? Fuck if I don't know. I'm still learning. At any rate, a true account of what happened in somebody's life and Poetic Justice of The Crow. The Crow is my favoriteest movie ever. One of them. And they're both poetic justice. So, now I refer back over to the secret skank surveillance people. I mean, come on now. The cat's out of the bag, dumbasses. Everybody motherfucking knows. It'd be a lot easier to figure out who wasn't in on it than to confirm who was in on the no. I mean, come on now. And beyond that, it's logistics. Everybody fucking knows. So, you Auschwitz gatekeepers, your secret surveillance, everybody in between. I'd be like, Mr. President, why are these assholes getting paid government money to do this kind of shit? At the detriment of your targeted individuals. So you can all profit from your goddamn Harriet Truman shows, showcasing in every fucking home that's being molested by the targeting of the individual. In every goddamn country theater, where there's a computer connected with a screen. When I say this, that, well, all of you guys that's doing all of this Auschwitz gatekeeping with your illegal surveilling, I still can't believe these guys get paid to do that. What the fuck, people? What the fuck, Mr. President? What the fuck, Cabinet? What the fuck, Congress? What the hell are you guys doing with all of this taxpayers' money? It's like a fucking horse festival, perma festival. And people get paid to fucking illegally surveil. They get paid to go in and invade people's privacies and put up all of this audio video equipment and shit. That's gotta be a lot of fun, I will admit. I like tech. I like this kind of tech. I'm a media girl. And except all the spying and shit, that I find revolting. I mean, repugnant. Like, as the girl would say. And then you get paid to sit there and spy on somebody. That's every goddamn pervert's dream. What the fuck? And people are getting paid to motherfucking do that. In your Infogarden Citizen Corps as directed by FEMA and your goddamn Auschwitz 2.0 that you all have going on right now. In this slanderous, satanic sacrificing, bloodthirsty circuit we have going on over here in your goddamn Hunger Games, right? Well, everybody in the know, you got to be careful or you might fucking shoot your goddamn eye out. You might shoot your eye out. Don't shoot your eye out. I mean, or you could get into a motor vehicle collision and fucking stab your eye out. Don't stab your eye out. I mean, God forbid you stab both eyes. And then, oh my God. Don't shoot your eye out. Don't stab your eye out. Or you could just sustain a fucking disease, illness right out of the blue. You know, like some of that spell work does, right out of the blue. When it's just your karma. I mean, because in this sense, you could get an idiopathic retinal detachment, and it would be like a curtain closing for the last time in your goddamn lives, bitch. Or you can just get hit in the head while you're at a goddamn trampoline park and lose your eyesight with retinal detachment secondary to traumatic head injury. It could come out of the blue, just like as if spell work and magic were really true. So, this is just the beginning of everything happening in threes. You guys are going to lose your own shiitake, and life is going to go bukkake with all of your backdated karma. So, that was Mr. James B. He got his eye stabbed out, secondary to a traumatic head injury in a motor vehicle collision and lost an eye, bitch. I mean, and he was illegally spying on people. But at that time, I don't know if he really was targeting people, quite frankly. Now that I reckon that, I mean, I don't know. James, were you really targeting people? And if you were targeting people the whole time, what was Tim doing the whole time for reals? I mean, was everybody at that goddamn company targeting people? Only God knows. Only God knows. But when you associate with people like this, you do tend to pick up the fucking mask like that, whether or not it's true. I mean, is that how real line injuries? Real line injuries. Y'all killed people at the fucking work and job site too? What the fuck? That was your second gig, wasn't it? I mean, were y'all killing off people at work and taking out life insurance policies on them? And that's how you guys got extra rich on top of the job? I don't think everybody knows that. I don't know who ran that company. It was the old guy that retired. He was filthy rich. And the guy was a miser. He actually had the crew come to work at his fucking house on goddamn Christmas. I mean, he doesn't sound like an altruist kind of person about humanity. Just kind of person that you would profile to be a goddamn, we call that a chair jockey fucking murderer. Right? Ooh, who else would know? Well, I mean, these are just my presuppositions. I mean, it's just coming up to me like, boom, psh, boom. I'm like, I'm still learning my gifts over here. So what's been a part of me, I'm all like, to me, it's just logistics. But I'm just going through the logistics over here at Real Line Injuries, which really, I meant to say Real Line Industries. But what felt more adequate, what felt more true to form was actually Real Line Injuries. So I'm all like, oh, they work in and out of like power plants, like BP and whatever and ever whatever's, part of that whole show. Is that a whole industry standard? That there's a whole other set of employees getting injured that is not part of OSHA reporting to it? Because it would be the perfect snuff out program. And then maybe OSHA getting paid off to overlook it. Because you governors are fucking everywhere. In every goddamn place. I mean, I'm like, I can go drive and take anybody and be like, okay, right there. You guys have your centurions like little militias all over the goddamn place, on every street, every motherfucking apartment complex, every business out there, including a car wash next to, okay, I went and down to taqueria. Depending if it was one of those in a plaza situated in a building or one of those really awesome ones that are like its own food coach. Because your presence of your InfraGard and Citizen Core with all of this illegal surveilling that people get to spy on each other and even get equipment to do it, that is the perfect breeding ground for a permanent festival for for a child molester, for a known pervert, a known sex offender. There are your guys running Auschwitz fucking 2.0, dumbasses. Well, at any rate, all of you guys participating in it, you might want to consider hitting reset and getting straight with your own self between you and the Most High. Turn yourself in, do what is right, admit to the truth, because I had this dream, and it was this chanting that came over and over. Trapper keeper, trapper keeper, trapper keeper. Trapper keeper, trapper keeper, trapper keeper. But it had more of a, like a Indian thing. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, I could like pound it out on the drum, you know? I am Chippewa Indian, by the way. Yes, I am. Native American, bitch. But I didn't really understand what that was at the time. I get it now. You have your trap houses where they trap victims and people and shit, right? Well, I am a trapper keeper, bitch. So, you know what? The end of the line is already done, come and gone. There's no more gravy train for all of you motherfucking festival goers, seekers of illicit gain. You either level up or level out. Because when in Auschwitz, you get Auschwitz prizes, which is death, 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 death. Hey, that is your backdated karma. If you haven't been very privy to all of the shit talking that you've sown into other people's lives, destroying it incrementally in your own Zetzer song, get ready for the crepitus to settle into your own bones. Because it's time. The time has come. So, it is reaping season for everybody under the sun. Between here and now, hither, thither, yonder, and Orient kingdom come. The gravy train of all of that Zetzer song in your treason circuit. Off with your heads and everybody who had ever partaken of all of that illegal bread. In whichever way that comes to come hunting for you, the 3D Hierophants have fucking let us down as a populace, and just because immorality is not against the law, you have all sold out your fucking head for profits in an illegal thunderstorm, because whenever you participate in all of that hate rain and look the other way while somebody else is getting mowed down through the goddamn treason circuit running all amok all over town. It is reaping season for us, for all of us. All of us. So, if those funds are still hitting the grift cards of everyone, be prepared for a whole new leveling up and leveling out as directed by the Most High himself between now and kingdom come. Because what you have all been doing should never have been done. Why is it murderers? Oh, you're train handlers going around all over the towns, spreading the immorality code, infecting everybody's bones with what is wicked, unjust. Never mind a lie here, never mind a lie there. Never mind the fake-ass phony dialogues that were sent to needle the targeted of the individual into a descent of depression, into a descent of oppression, just so you could get by and gather some more of your fake phony diamonds and go shopping in the sky. Sky's the limit. How many people you can overthrow with coming sideways at them and sowing fake narratives, fake stories, just so you can sell out your own liberties and be a goddamn hoe. You were called to be a leader. You were called to serve what is just, right, and true. You were never called to continue the spying on any few. So, it's reaping season, everybody. Just because immorality is not against the law, to say it is a sin does not even begin to cover the shiitake you bought and brought for yourselves and put your families in. So, I want to say thank you to all of the mystics and seers providing the tarot readings. It really, really tugs on my heart because I can only imagine how difficult these readings are. But the funny thing is that for when I'm part of the collective that resonates with that, I'm all like, you guys are providing the inside clues for me. And I want to say thank you. And I haven't been always really good with covering the YouTuber I gleaned the information from, and I apologize. I'm really working towards being more cognizant of that. But for the rest of the public, please visit the seers and the mystics I have posted on my Facebook if my story so does intrigue you. I'm just going to leave it there for now. But I've been able to piece together my timeline through the mystics and seers and these very talented women and men that offer the morality teaching that goes along with it. I'm inspired by them. They are my mentors. And I hope to grow up to be just like them too. They're fucking awesome. So the hardship ones that I see whenever, like, you guys say, I don't want to go there. I don't want to read that. And I respect it, but please know that when you do, you are helping. Because whoever needs to hear that will hear that. It's the law of attraction, really. It's magnetism. And I've been magnetized to your channels because I'm part of the collective for the ones I have on my YouTube, on my Facebook. And I want to say thank you. You know, and you guys have helped shape my storyline. You guys have helped me confirm what I know and enlighten me with filling the blanks in as I go. So thank you. But it's reaping season for everybody. So, I mean, if you've been targeted, it's your reaping season too. If you've been doing the targeting, well, honey, bitch, what can I say? It's reaping season especially for you. Because this Auschwitz 2.0 is being funded right now in our country by our fucking government. That is the treason supporting wing of Infraguard and Citizen Corps as directed by FEMA. I recognize that FEMA's got a presence with being able to initiate these disaster plans, but FEMA has also exploited that by self-serving themselves. So who's to say that whenever martial law goes into effect and FEMA is like, okay, I get to be king now. It's martial law. Come on, Citizen Corps. Come on, Infraguards. This is what we have all been grubbing for. What happens then? And how many politicians are out there hitting the pavement with, oh my God, we gotta get rid of this treason circuit because this is bad juju. So, oh my God. And how many judicial Department of Justice has been banging down my door, if not personally, to deliver the fucking truth, to bridge the ambiguity with what's going on in my fucking case. I mean, there's so many bastards lined up trying to kill me. Doesn't that fucking... What does it take to get your attention? To actually be a goddamn mover and shaker when you actually can use the court as a piss bucket if you wanted to. Oh, you're using the court and the populace as your piss bucket, and your apathy of indifference just to be like, dude, I'm doing my own thing here. I'm busy being a judge. I'm busy being the advocate. I'm busy being a hierophant. But if you want to kiss and grovel to my feet, I could probably squeeze you in for a couple seconds. and continue on my merry little way and pretend the world isn't happening. Knowing I've got okay, look at all the motherfucking complaints on me. Between hither, tither, and yonder. Between eternity and yesterday. Really, Houston, Texas, maybe Oregon, and Washington. Especially Washington. I mean, how many... Seriously, I'd like to know, how many complaints did you all rack up on Patricia Ann Landon, Patricia Ann Regali, Chief Little Flower? Because those are your fucking list of complaints, which really are your list of suspects. And I don't want to say dumbass, but dumbass. Because what dumbass is going to sit there and idle their time by while some poor schlep, that would be me, getting her fucking ass handed to her in the goddamn Zetzer sung right underneath your fucking robes, in your country, in your jurisdiction. I mean, it's a militia. It's everywhere, honey. How come there ain't no judicial beating down my door with some fucking truth already? And God forbid there'd been any arrests made on any of the information that I have pulled in together from my channel through my wonderful mystics and conduits. That is an offense, an affront to us. That means you guys are fucking parasites, not even giving due credit where due credit is deserved. Let alone, I'm a damsel in distress here. None of you as bitches have come to fucking rescue Zelda already. Fuck you guys, man. Fuck you guys. Y'all didn't care about me. And you are there as a fucking Department of Justice to rescue everyone, to bring down the hammer of justice, to be the one that saves a fucking day. Not in just that person's life, but what you do in that person's life is fucking throughout the generations because you set the tone. What's up with that? So, continue to ignore me. That's fine. Nobody wants to beat down my door to bridge some ambiguity here with some motherfucking truth to get this goddamn ball of justice rolling. You fuck yourselves, honey. Honeys. It's never too late to hit reset and be like, hey, little flower, let's have a powwow. I'd be like, fuck yeah. You got a blunt? Hey, I'm a 420 girl. I don't keep liquor in the house. I mean, if it was my house, I really wouldn't keep it because I really don't like it. But if you want some indica or sativa, I might be able to help you out there. But at any rate, it is reaping season. And to this date, January 11th, 2024, on a Thursday, with so many people coming after to plot, plan, scheme, and scam on me and the other targeted individuals, and these fucking axe-murderers get you trained to fucking sniveling and groveling of the flying flunky monkey circuses, they get paid. They get monetary funds and their little fucking grift cards. Never mind all of the cesspool it enables with the fentanyl trafficking, with the child molesting, the child trafficking, the sex trafficking, the goddamn Harriet Truman show that all of the targeted individuals are. Oh yeah, and the people that were chosen that allowed that shit in their houses for the targeting of the individual, for them to roast. You guys are the lab rats, my dears. When are you going to wake up to that? Isn't that funny how it works out? But that part's not true. That part's not true. Bitch, you're getting your palms greased. You're going to the flying flunky monkey circus to get trained by your little Nazi handlers that are the fucking criminals, that are the child molesters, that are the fucking perverts that you let your children go to all the motherfucking time. They're indoctrinating them to be prostitutes, you know. They're indoctrinating them and grooming them to be prostitutes. So when you're not there, this is worse than the social academic system of our education system, indoctrinating our kids with their bullshit. Because now what you did, instead of sending them to the junior leagues of reconditioning and reprogramming them, you sent them to the gifted and talented echelon on how they're going to ream them quick to get them fucking groomed quicker than you can say, where's my goddamn Nabisco treat? You're welcome. I help save you and your family's generations. What you do with the information, I really don't care. You guys are out there pretending I'm a goddamn loon anyway. You just don't know a fucking artist in the middle of expression. Because if you can recognize the abomination of what I'm presenting here, the oxymoron that shouldn't be. First off, I'm a girl without hair. And then when it's shaved, that's an oxymoron. But beyond that, this is your food talking to you. Your cash cow is speaking again. I mean, whenever I show up in the goddamn fucking home, shelter, wherever, I know the value I bring to the table. I mean, because afterwards, everybody's looking so fly, that looked kind of like, homeless. Now we're looking like $1 million models. That is the economy I bring. And then yet, your goddamn targeted individual is scraping by, having to outlive all of your bullying deaths, tactics, all of your terrorism, all of your hate crimes, all of your stupid as fuck weak sauce mind games just to oppress, just to suppress, just to create depression. All at your fucking amusement. Until they fucking circle the drain and then fucking flush themselves down the goddamn toilet if you guys don't get a chance to on your fucking own. Judicial. Let's fix this.